But in general, the good thing about solar is that the bad thing is that prices are dropping that quickly that it's hard to come up with the right volumes to adjust, to rectify these prices. The other hand, if you look at from the people who are buying the modules, it's good. Because we know in Abu Dhabi last year, of course, we reached the grid parity point. And it's going really quickly now. And we're maybe in the north of Africa, and maybe next year we'll move on to the south of Europe. And then we reach the grid parity. And then we're only moments away from reaching the grid parity point in the rest of Europe. So I think that would be basically our main goal, of course. And the good thing about the Dutch is that from the early ages, of course, they went out to spread the news, and they generally speak easy, they listen, they also copy, of course, and they use it and they try to improve it. And that's what we did in the early days, and I think that's what we're doing right now. So the Germans have a tendency, so they have the expertise, so they have no problem that you visit them and they will be helping you. In France, of course, their language, most of the times, 90% I say in France are not really comfortable in the English language. And then the Dutch are easy outgoing, and well, they're pretty much everywhere now, spreading the news. So I hope we can contribute just a little bit to spread the right news.
Yeah, I was going for it.
I think so. Yeah, I think what the challenge is that there's really a positive atmosphere. You know, the subsidies awarded, I think tripled or even 4 or 5 times more than a half a year ago. So this means that a lot of people have the subsidy on hand, they are ready to invest, and now it's finding the right people to do it. And that's hard because everybody from the outside says, I can do it. And that's why the great thing, you know, PVO and Keystone, you know, they're behind a lot of projects in Holland, and they know how to do it. So it's finding the right combination, that's what I want to say.
It must have been useful for you coming from the Netherlands already. You must have known a lot about the market.
Yes, that's the good thing, because when I started, the Dutch market was all about home systems. So basically, the installers taught me about the electrical thing, and I taught them how to install. So you literally had to go on the roof. After that, the projects came, and now we're in I'm responsible for Northern Europe. But this helps, you know, you still have a lot of contacts, you know, the players who are looking like they can sell a lot but don't really do a lot. And most of the times the people who are not talking that much as I do, they are doing it, you know, so that's the thing.
Exactly.
But also we should get rid of all those stupid regulations, right? We have a minimum import price, which makes no sense at all. We have what most people don't even know, on solar glass there is an import restriction for 76%. Yeah. And even for solar frames there's 7.5%. So this means, what are we doing? Don't we want this? We need to get rid of the silly things, you know. If we can do glass cheaper in China, let's do it.
Is Talesun lobbying the EU or something to have those regulations changed, or is it just something you're going to wait until they work it out?
It's also about know-how, and I think that is an important thing for us to do, is get the governments, giving them the right information, and show what's happened. We've seen what happened with Solar World. Show them what happened. Show them what the real business case is. Let them take to a German factory, invite them over to a Chinese factory, let them decide why are we doing this. Because the Chinese are smart, you know, and we don't want to be in an industry which is known as a corridor market and cheaters. We are a professional industry, we want to get the good news, we're honest guys, we want to make an honest living, but let's not fool each other. You know, for a company perspective, I think we want to be in the top 3. We're going to be in the top 3. It's maybe the easiest part is for next year to be there, and we want to stay there. Yeah, that's important. Then you have a strategy, and you have to treat your customers well. On a broader level, I would say, you know, I've got only one child who's 9.5. We screwed things up badly the last 100 years, so we take a big responsibility with all of us to, we have only 0.3% is coming out of solar energy right now, from the world perspective. We have a big challenge of us all to get it at least at 20%, so then you can calculate what our challenges is and what the money is coming from and what we're making from it. So let's do that together, and like we're doing it together, and maybe that's a good example for all the rest.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for giving us your time.